Wooden churches of Maramures. The wooden churches of Maramures in the Maramures region of northern Transylvania are a group of almost 100 Orthodox churches, and occasionally Greek Catholic ones, of different architectural solutions from different periods and areas. The Maramures churches are high timber constructions with characteristic tall, slim bell towers at the western end of the building. They are a particular vernacular expression of the cultural landscape of this mountainous area of northern Romania. Maramures is one of the better-known regions of Romania, with autonomous traditions since the Middle Ages. Its well-preserved wooden villages and churches, its traditional lifestyle, and the local colorful dresses still in use make Maramures as near to a living museum as can be found in Europe. The wooden churches of the region that still stand were built starting from the 17th century all the way to 19th century. Some were erected on the place of older churches. They were a response to the prohibition against the erection of stone Orthodox churches by the Catholic Austro-Hungarian authorities. The churches are made of thick logs, some are quite small and dark inside, but several of them have impressive measures. They are painted with rather naive biblical scenes, mostly by local painters. The most characteristic features are the tall tower above the entrance and the massive roof that seems to dwarf the main body of the church. 8 were listed by the UNESCO as World Heritage Sites in 1999, for their religious architecture and timber construction traditions. These are Barsana, Budesti, Desesti, Yud, Plopis, Poianalize, Rogaz, Surdesti. The historical Romanian region of Maramures, partitioned between Romania and Subcarpathian Ruthenia after World War I, is one of the places where traditional log building was not interrupted and where a rich heritage in wood survives. The tradition of building wooden churches in central and southern Maramures can be traced from the beginning of the 16th century to the turn of the 18th century. Since the knowledge used to build the local wooden churches circulated throughout Europe, their understanding is of high interest far outside the region. In Maramures today, almost 100 wooden churches still stand, about 1/3 of their total 2 centuries ago. Besides the extant wooden churches, a major source of knowledge is still saved by a number of practicing senior carpenters with relevant knowledge and skills in traditional carpentry. From the Middle Ages until the turn of the 18th century, the skills, knowledge and experience to build ample log structures with plain and well-sealed walls, as well as with flush joints, were performances out of the ordinary. The craftsmen from Maramures who were able to reach such levels were not simple peasants but well-specialized church carpenters who inherited and maintained this advanced knowledge to exclusively build houses of worship. Since the local tradition to erect wooden churches depended on those who built and used them, it is fundamental to identify the local builders and founders. The earlier blurred distinction between them veiled their separate roles in shaping the wooden churches and hindered us from a clear understanding of the results. The extant wooden churches from Maramures reveal the existence during the 17th and 18th centuries of at least 2 main family schools of church carpenters. There are further distinguishable 3 main itineraries and numerous smaller ones, indicating the work of some of the most important church carpenters ever active in the region and in some cases even shifts among generations. In general, the church carpenters stood for the technical performances, the high quality of the woodwork and the artistic refinement. In a long perspective, the true creators of the local wooden churches were actually the commissioning founders. Especially, the role of the noble founders of Eastern Christian Rite was decisive in the formation of a regional character among the local wooden churches. The wooden churches from Maramures closely mirror the local society of modest country landlords, manifesting themselves along several centuries in their double condition of Eastern Christians and Western nobles. The wooden churches from Maramures open necessary connections with similar performances throughout Europe. Seemingly, the local distinction made between sacred and profane rooms was characteristic for many other rural regions on the continent. The highest knowledge in log building seems to have had a sacred purpose with wide continental circulation and therefore in many places requires distinction from the more regionally rooted vernacular one. The publication in a journal from 1866 of several drawings representing a wooden church from Sani, situated in the neighboring Satmar County, produced echoes in Europe, being compared with the already famous Norwegian stave churches. With the resurgence of church construction after the Romanian Revolution of 1989, there are new churches built in the traditional style.